The time has finally come to find the answers to all my questions, to embark on a great journey for becoming a god. The present. After that day, the boy changed completely. What else happened that day remains a mystery. But the journey continues. The boy returned to his daily old normal life in his college. He was no longer a normal human. So he didn't like humans that much anymore, but to look normal in everyone's eyes. He stayed in a friends group and made a couple of new friends in his college.
It was nothing but a boring Sunday for the boy, like every other Sunday. He stayed in his home. But today was kinda different because his friends invited him to play Ouija board. A board marked with the letters of the alphabet, the numbers 0, 9, the words yes, no, occasionally hello, and goodbye. It's a board game people in the world believe that they can communicate with the spirits. Anyway, around evening time, just before the sun set, the boy arrives at his friend's house. His friend name was Hrithik. His family was quite rich, lived in this beautiful grand mansion. Hrithik also invited 2 more boys and 3 females classmates of his, including Ria, the girl which the boy kinda liked, because she was the only girl who was not attracted to the boy like all the other girls because of how handsome and smart he was. Every girl just wanted him. Rather, Ria never even gave him a look. And the boy noticed this quite a few times in his college. Anyway, after this, everybody arrives one by one. All take a comfortable seating in his grand hall. And then the lights are dimmed to make a mood around. Then just Hrithik said, "It's not night yet, we can't play just yet, let's just play something else before the night arrives. And then we can play the main game." Everyone asks Hrithik, "Then what should we play then?" Hrithik replies, "Let's play Truth and Dare." Everyone got excited except the boy, who was drinking his coffee. The only thing he still liked to drink in this world now, rather than blood or water. While drinking, he often glanced at Ria's face while she was looking elsewhere. Then Hrithik goes to the bar they had in this grand mansion, took an empty bottle out, brings it in front of them to start playing. The rules are simple. The person who spins the bottle, whoever the bottle points to, will have to face Truth or Dare. He or she can choose what to play, Truth or Dare. And the person who spins the bottle originally will give the task to the person as he or she choose Truth or Dare, whatever it was. But if the person who spins the bottle and the bottle points back to him again at the end of the spin, the person will spin it again until it points to someone else. And after the completion of the task, the person who faced the Truth and Dare will now spin the bottle. The first spin is done by one of the boys, who was a fat boy with glasses. He has a heavy body build. The first spin stops at the girls. The boy was sipping his cup of coffee. Just then the fat boy asks the girls, "Truth or Dare?" The girls replies after talking to each other for a few seconds, "Truth." Then the fat boy said okay. So then he asks them a question. "Do you like me?" He said this to one of the girls in the group. Just then, the boy spills his coffee out of his mouth and starts laughing for a moment. He doesn't laugh at all and very rarely, but this question made him laugh, and as well as others. The girl who got this question was utterly shocked as well. And she replied in an instant,
"What kind of truth is that?"
she said. And the fat boy replies, I asked a question. You have to answer the truth. The girl replies, in a shy tone,
I'm not sure.
This made all the boys go crazy, and as well as the girls in the group. Expect the boy, who was thinking in his mind, PFF, these all humans are so stupid. Anyway, after this a few more thing the fat boy said to the girl in the group. Now it's turn of that girl to spin the bottle. She spins the bottle now and the bottle stops at the boy. All the girls are excited to ask the boy something. After all, he's the most handsome and smart person in the whole college. Then the girls ask the boy truth or dare. The boy replies truth just then before the other girl could ask the truth question. Ria asks something to the boy. She said,
Tell us about your family.
The boy is shocked after hearing this question. The boy thinks in his mind, she could have asked something different, or something juicy about my personal life or my liking, but what she asks is about my family. This makes the boy happy and makes him think that she's different from the others as he have thought. He now likes Ria even more than before, and the reason Ria asked this question is because nobody knows about the boy more than that he is the most handsome and smart boy in the college. He comes and goes, which makes him weird than other normal people. Anyway, the boy replies to the question that she asked with honesty and said, I have my mother and a younger sister. Then Ria asks,
What about your dad?
The boy loses the shine of his ever-glowing face with this question, but replies, I don't have a dad. My dad is not alive, with a bit sad tone he said. After hearing this, everybody goes silent in the room for a moment before Ria breaks it and said,
I'm so sorry. I didn't know your dad is not alive anymore. I'm so sorry to bring it up.
The boy then said, It's all right. Just then the doorbell rings of the grand mansion. Then Hrithik goes to open the door. As he opens it, there comes his mom and dad. Way earlier than before they were expected to come. And what they see shocks them. They see that board game. And also see how the lights are turned off. And an empty bottle. As they see this, they get very angry. At everyone. Then they throw all of them out of the house. It was raining outside. The 2 girls and 2 boys came in a group. They had a car of their own. They leave in it quickly. But for Ria and the boy, they will have to take some other kind of transportation to go back to their home. In this dark night, they both start walking to a nearby bus stop to catch a bus to their home. As they reach near to the bus stop, they see an old man smoking at the bus stop who with his clothes was looking like homeless. As they reach the bus stop, the boy asks the old man, Sir, when will the next bus come? Are you aware? The old man replied in a shady tone and said,
In a few minutes.
Then he started coughing. And starts smoking again. Then they both take a seat in the bus stop. Then after a few minutes of silence breaks after Ria said,
I'm so sorry about your dad. I really didn't know about it. She said, looking into his eyes. Then the boy replies,
It's okay, there was no way you would have known. I understand, it's all right really. Don't worry about it. Just then Ria asks a question.
I know this might be rude or even stupid to ask, but if it's okay to ask because I'm curious. How did your dad died? She asked, and the boy took a sigh and replied,
He died in an accident. Then, Ria said.
Sad.
Then they just wait for the bus, but the old man smoking was troubling Ria. She started coughing because of the smoke which was coming on her way. The boy sees her trouble. Just then the boy focuses his eyes at the old man and his cigarette he was smoking, and does some kind of magic with his eyes. The cigarette catches fire in an instant. The old man's eyes gets big instantly and his cigarette falls out of his hands. Instantly he tries to put the fire off with his foot on the ground by putting the pressure on the cigarette, but it doesn't work. The fire gets even more intense with this. Ria was shocked seeing this. And the boy was also sitting there like what was happening, while everything was his doing. The fire gets even intense and the old man runs away from the bus stop. Surprisingly, as he runs away, the fire automatically cools down. And slowly everything is normal again. And before Ria could say anything else, there's a loud horn sound that comes from the back. As she looks back, they see the bus is here. So they hop on the bus as soon as the bus stops. As they get on the bus, they both take a seat. The bus was empty as it was nighttime. There was 5 guys sitting on the last seats of the bus. The boy and Ria took the middle seat of the bus as they get comfortable on the seats. The bus conductor comes and cuts their tickets for the stop they wish to go. The boy and Ria paid for their own tickets. Just few minutes into the bus, the boy starts looking into the windows of the bus and he gets lost in thoughts. This happens often after that day. The reason we don't know yet. That what does he really think? Where does he really get lost? Few more minutes passes. Just then a man aged in his 30s and few more boys comes from behind and starts flirting with Ria. 2 of them were heavily drunk that Ria could see. Ria ignored their flirting. But as few more minutes passes, the flirting gets serious and the flirting becomes abusive. They start to pull her out of her seat. Seeing this, Ria gets shocked. She was screaming loudly and was asking for help to the boy.
Help me! Help me, boy!
But the boy was still lost in his thoughts. Things got really bad. One of the guys tried to hold her inappropriately. Ria kept screaming and asking for help to the boy.
Help me, boy! Somebody help me! Please!
But just then the boy gets back in his senses. He sees what's going on and gets shocked. He instantly gets up from his seat, pulls Ria out of their arms, puts her behind his back, starts beating up all of them. They also got aggressive and they looked quite well built and strong, but their power was not even slight enough to beat up the boy. For the boy it was like doing his daily exercise. He beats them up badly for quite a few minutes until Ria tells him to stop, cause if he didn't stop they all would really die. So he stopped. They got back to their seats. Just in few minutes their stop came. They both got off the bus.
A question arises when all of this was happening in the bus. Why did the bus conductor and driver did not interfere in the fight? They could have stopped it if they wanted to. But the bus kept on going. Then we see something shocking. The driver of the bus looks into the convex mirrors and laughs and smiles. And we see his real face and the real face of everybody, including the guys who fought against the boy. And also the bus conductor, their faces changes, and we realize that the whole bus and all the other passengers in it at that time are ghosts. Not humans.
Ria and the boy kept walking as her home was 5 minutes walking distance from the bus stand. During the walk there was complete silence until Ria breaks it and said thanks to the boy for saving her, but asked a question.
Why did you not interrupt when they were pulling me off the seat? What were you thinking? I was calling for your help constantly and you did nothing. You were just staring in the window of that bus where you're waiting for something big to happen. So you can come and save me like a hero? And win me?
This instantly makes the boy laughs and triggers him also. And he said, it was just something I was thinking. And I could not hear anything until after some time. You won't understand that. But don't just think I did it on purpose. How cheap do you think I am? Come on. They kept arguing and during the whole time, but still in Ria's mind she saw how the boy came to her rescue. She liked it. Felt something for the boy. Just then we see a woman calling Ria's name up front. It was her mother, Sonia. As they reached her front door, her mother said, Ria, what time is it? Can't you call? I was so worried about you, my child. Are you okay? Just then Ria hugs her tightly. And her mother also notices the boy for the first time. Then Ria tells her everything that happened in the bus and how the boy saved her. Hearing this, her mother gets emotional and said, Oh my God, you put your life at risk to save my daughter. I can't thank you enough for this. I keep telling this stupid girl not to roam outside late at night. It's not safe, but she doesn't understand. Thank you so much. Why don't you come inside for some tea? Or you could also have dinner with us. She invites the boy inside, but the boy refuses and said, I would, but my mom would also be waiting for me. My home is a bit far from here, so it would take me some time to get there. So next time maybe, Auntie, he said. Sonia understands everything and said, Okay, but next time for sure you have to stay. And thank you again so much. The boy replies, You're welcome. The boy for a moment looks into the eyes of Ria and Ria also looks back to him. Something happened. A spark of what? We don't know, but something for sure has started. Anyways, the boy walks for a few minutes, then he looks around to see if anyone is nearby or if anyone is following him. But when he sees the coast is clear, he closes his eyes. With the power of his mind, he instantly teleports back nearby his home. It was already quite night, and the boy mother was already asleep. We might think, what kind of mother is she, who doesn't even care if his son has returned or not late at night? But for her, it was nothing new, neither for his sister. He has been coming late at night often from last year. They kept asking to him, where does he go? Why does he come so late at night? But he never gives any response and also talks rudely sometimes. When asked about this, he keeps on saying that, I'm big enough now. You don't need to look after me. Like I am a child. So they have stopped asking or bothering about it. Somehow they also feel that the boy won't be doing anything wrong like other kids in his age would, like drinking or some kind of abuse of anything bad. So they don't worry anymore. The boy quietly goes into his room, lays on the bed for sleeping. And then he thinks before sleeping, I got all this power and so much task, and did everything I was told to do, and also got a lot of stuff back as a reward, but when will I get all my answers that I have been looking for so long about that thing and my dad? Then he slowly falls asleep.
But just then something happens.